It's actually, this episode's actually got a bit of a
serious undertone.
I don't know why we so, but if anyone feels affected, offended, or whatnot, just like so big advisory, and there's going to be an element, a big disclaimer on a serious note. But I thought about this, like, you know, even today, before before doing this episode, and I want to talk about racism.
Yeah,
because I think since we started this pod 4 years now, we're doing it, we haven't actually talked about it ever. Not as much. We've talked about brown on brown racism. We've talked about brown on brown racism. We need to talk about now racism in terms of our journeys in the Western countries, like racism from, you know, let's say being an ethnic minority. So it's a topic where we've kind of shelved it because you just get on with life, you move on. You know what I mean? It's a standard topic, was expected from us, but we never did it. So that's what I wanted to sort of hit on, and it's also for the young people. It's also for the youth out there who are struggling with their image, how they feel, how they look, and then they're about to make that wrong decision, or they're about to think that I want to be white, or why am I brown? Things they can't change. So it's not even just about bug or no bug. It's about like your where you come from, and
understanding your roots and all of these things, right?
Yeah, and it goes on a journey and talking about your journey in school, which is the most challenging period.
That's facts, man, because I can't lie, I've seen and I've been witness to a lot of fuckery at school, bro. And things where it's, yes, you can say brown on brown racism, but then racism in general as well. When I played a lot of sports, right, noticeably from rugby as well, right, which you wouldn't expect because it's a gentleman's game, right? But again, you don't know where these things come from, right? They will be there. But what would you say about you? Because I can't lie, like, obviously, visually, you know, you wearing a turban, having the Sikhi Saroop, you know, it's very different compared to what I would experience growing up. Because I've never had that sort of like, yes, brown, yes, Punjabi, yes, wearing a qada. It's very different. So,
yeah, for me, it's been a long journey, to be honest. So obviously grew up in Hounslow, West London, right? Then when you moved out of Hounslow, so obviously being in a predominant brown school, you're calm in it. It's different. Like, you're used to it with your own people. You don't feel any different. But when I moved in secondary school, so high school or whatnot, I went to an all white school. Pretty much, I was the only Singh. Long story short. And I tied a patka, and as soon as on my first day I walked in, every kid looked at me like as if I was an alien. Like I descended from another planet. They had no idea which country we were from. They thought I was Arab. They thought I was... Some people thought I was this, that. People to get the countries are so mad that we're getting wrong. And it's a predominantly army town as well. So it's obviously a lot of at that time, a lot of them are fighting in Afghanistan and in war. And obviously it's post 9/11. So the amount of barriers that I had to face, because I wouldn't get it, their jokes or what they're saying. Initially, it was they were intrigued, people, our students, about how long is your hair. That's what I'd hear. I'd explain it. Fine, it's this long. And it's fine, it's fine. But then it gets more and more like racist comments you start hearing, you know. Like, you know, people say, I'll take your turban off, or I'll cut this off, or go back to your country. The standard stuff, being called like the feelings. This is why I want to bring this episode. The feeling of when someone racially abuses you, that experience of when you get it is mad. In terms of there's like a cold shiver down your spine. You feel numb. You can't actually get the words out of your mouth because you can't process how that felt. Because if someone disses your personality, that's something that's okay. It's against you, it's your personality. But when someone disses you for the way you look, your skin color, where you come from, your religion, you can't help that. So for that, it's a different feeling. And in the school system, it's so important that children are feeling welcomed at home. But unfortunately, if you don't go through it, you'll never actually understand what's it like to be a minority. And I felt like I was a minority. I was put in my place. I knew. I walked into that school thinking I was British Indian. I left that school thinking I was only Indian. Like, I'm telling you, I had to grow thick skin.